out to the mayor of housing. We love you.
A big shout out to the mayor.
Shout out to you again, mayor of housing, the best in housing and estate business.
Mayor of housing, all the best. Mayor of housing,
Shout out to the mayor of housing.
The biggest value monger in real estate in the world and the fastest rising housing brand to come out of Africa. It is your real estate solutions expert and your best plug to getting the best all-round value and returns in housing that would make you shout wow and how. But behold, the man that has taken it upon himself to solve the housing deficit in Africa through your collaboration and innovative solutions that are simple, sustainable, and affordable. But behold, my Ace China, the mayor of housing and your real estate success strategist. He can make you money and make you happy in real estate because he doesn't sell houses or lands. He sells value.
I've been pushing, you have a very big presence in the economic summit. Why are you doing that? What is your motivation?
I am the mayor of housing. I am not the mayor of empty houses. If you build in a location that is not attractive for immigration into that location, you will have empty houses. Part of the passion I have in housing in River State is to eliminate or reduce the River State, Lagos State dichotomy in decent housing estates for especially our expatriates and qualified people, because we have a lot of them working in Port Harcourt or living in Lagos or Abuja. We want to be able to not only keep them but attract people from all over the world to come and live in Port Harcourt, thereby making my houses occupy. Secondly, lands are no longer in production. It is a finite and definite asset. What makes the value of land increase is the amount of traffic heading and searching for that land. If very few people want to come to River State, our lands will be almost worthless. But if the whole world wants to come to River State, you're going to make my land the most desirable and valuable land in the world.
Call him now on 0809 337 8525 or visit www.themayorofhousing.com and also follow Value on social media www.facebook.com/my Ace China, at my Ace_China on Instagram and Twitter, www.linkedin.com/my Ace China, and www.youtube.com/my Ace TV. Housing for all, your right to live.
Ten people that asked us questions and won our prizes of 10,000 naira each. If you're joining us from any part of the world, we are doing this in naira. By the time we get to next year, we'll start doing it in dollars, and the rest of the world can participate. For now, we are Nigerialized. Next year, we can be internationalized, and you can join to ask me questions, because charity begins at home. So next year is just a month away. So last week we took your questions, and Oluwapelumi Ayodele gave us a topic that I feel is too complex, because we only have 45 minutes or 30 minutes to talk about this topic, and another 30 minutes to answer your questions, so that in 1 hour we can allow you go, because your life is your time, and to waste your time is to waste your life. What makes this time valuable is how much you learn. after 1 hour, some of us start to lose attention. So last week you gave us the topic principles of financial prosperity, freedom for sustainability. These two topics in one, and it's quite complex. And I have attempted to simplify and amplify it. So I'm coming from a perspective and a direction that will be more sustainable than you know. So if you're ready, let me just type in the comment section. I am ready. If I can get 10 people that will say I'm ready, then I'm good to go. Can I have a smaller screen so that I can see myself? If you're ready, just type I'm ready. And we can jump into the principles of financial prosperity, freedom for sustainability. And because we're getting better, this today will be having extra audiovisual aids in terms of slides that will make it look more academic and sustainable for us. So, principles of financial prosperity, freedom for sustainability. On a normal day, this will be a topic I will not take because, okay, oh, a lot of people are ready, so we are good to go. On a normal day, these are a topic I wouldn't take, but because I love simplifying complex things, I'll try and simplify it. So there is two surprises for this Sunday. I can't wait for when I can be doling out surprises every Sunday. The first surprise is these are the 15 books that made me a billionaire in Naira and a millionaire in dollars. And these 15 books, I call them the best 15 books on success and business that are classical books. And I'll be giving out these 15 books to somebody that does something special today. But I'll think about that by next Sunday. This Sunday, I have two surprises and I'm merging it to one person. Last Sunday, among our 10 leaders, there is a certain Zadok Otasowe. I found out that Zadok Otasowe is just 16 or 17-year-old. He's below 18. And when I found that out during the week, I decided to give him a double surprise. First of all, I'll be giving these 15 books to Zadok Otasowe free for being the youngest person to answer our question last week. So, Mr. Zadok Otasowe, if you are watching, you're going to get these books, and all of them will be signed by me. And wherever you are, we are going to ship this book to you free of charge. You don't have to pay for shipping. So these 15 books will come to Zadok Otasewe, and the 10,000 naira we gave to him last Sunday will be adding another 10,000 naira. So from now going on, anybody below 18 that is fortunate enough to answer any of our questions, instead of 10,000 naira, we'll have 20,000 naira for being young, hungry, and intelligent, hungry for success, hungry for growth, hungry for the excellence that the mayor of housing of my East China represents. So before we go to our topic, I'll just quickly go through the books. The first book, this is the first book that made me resign from medical practice. I read this book in my final year in medical life science, Rich Dad Poor Dad. That was what activated my entrepreneurial brain. The second book is the part 2 of Rich Dad Poor Dad, the cash flow quadrant. The poor and middle class live on the left-hand side of the quadrant, while the rich and the top 3% or 1% of the world live on the right-hand side of the quadrant. Freedom is on the other side. So this book will teach you. And this book also taught me how to become dominant in real estate. And then there's a book that is very old. I think this book was written in 1939 or so. How to Win Friends and Influence People is still a bestseller till today. People are more money than money. So winning with people will get you more money than just winning with money. This will teach you that. The best book on success ever written, in my opinion, is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. How you can make more money from this bank in between your brain. than any other place on earth. Think and Grow Rich. And one of the best books on personal finance ever written, in my opinion, is The Richest Man in Babylon. This is the book that will teach you how to pay yourself first. The first rule of wealth is paying yourself first. And a book that will make you know that everything in life is selling, and how to sell your way to prosperity is sell or be sold, by my mentor, my real estate mentor, Grant Cardone. This book, every Nigerian is supposed to have this book in their home like a Bible, because it's a book by Ryan Holiday that says the obstacle is the way. So the obstacle of the difficulty in Nigeria is the way. This book shows you how the timeless art of turning trials into trial, or turning challenges into money. So when I tell you problems are money, this is the book that taught me how to turn problems to money. This little book is a book that will show you how little steps every day will turn to mighty steps over the years. The compound effect, to show you how your tiny steps daily can turn into the power of momentum. And this book is a book that teaches you the power of your dreams and the journey to entrepreneurship, called The Alchemist. Very wonderful book to read. This book is a book that is meant for the 21st century distraction-laden space. Deep work, how to work without distraction and get deeper work for deeper success, deeper rewards achieved. And one of the best books that has taught me dominance. Not only with this book, I'm not only going to dominate the real estate industry in the world, I'm going to dominate a lot of parts of business in the world. The 10x rule, how to multiply your dreams 10x. And this is the basic book on sales that everybody must read. If you follow me on this channel, The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy is a must read. And then this book is the best book on increasing your success just by thinking bigger. Remember the video I did about the most powerful force that is even more powerful than the nuclear bomb is the thought, and the bigger the thought, the more powerful. So The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. And the best book on character ever written in the world is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. This is the book that will teach you proactivity and responsibility, or what he calls responsibility. Those that lack character react. Those that have character have the ability to respond, and they have responsibility. That's why we take responsibility. So every week we'll be giving away 15 of these books. There's one of them that is not here, the E-Myth Revisited. Is out of print now, so we actually have 14 books that will be going to Zadok until we have the E-Myth Revisited back in the market. So we'll be giving out 15 of these every week to one person, and we'll tell you what that one person will do that he'll win this by next week. For this week, we decided to honor our youngest winner with an extra 10,000 and these 14 books that you read and start your journey to greatness. But today's topic says the principles of financial prosperity, freedom for sustainability. Financial prosperity is built on principles, and principles are universal laws that are unbreakable. As a matter of fact, one author says you cannot break the law. You only break yourself against the law, because the law is unbreakable. So when the law says thou shalt not steal and you steal, the law doesn't break. It is you that will break and enter into a police cell or into prison. So these principles, breaking them will make you poor. Observing them will make you rich. And the first law or principle you must understand is the law of cause and effect. If all the laws of the universe can be reduced to one law, it's called the law of cause and effect. Everything has a cause, and everything is either a cause or the effect of a cause. So it's either what you are doing is causing an effect, or what you are doing is an effect of a cause. Everything in life is cause and effect. It's like the law of sowing and reaping. It's like the law of what goes around comes around. It's like the law of any law of up and down, the law of the yin and the yang, the law of balance, even Newton's law of action and reaction and equal and opposite is just another way of stating the law of cause and effect that says for anything to happen in this life, something must cause it. And why this law is very important is if you don't understand the cause of something, you might be trying to change that thing, and without changing the cause, you cannot change the thing because the cause will still cause that thing. It's like a sickness. If malaria is causing headache, malaria is the cause, headache is the effect. If you are taking paracetamol without stopping malaria, you will never cure the headache. It will stop the headache today, tomorrow it will continue. So very few people, very few people know that money is an effect, not a cause. That's why I did a video that says money can never make you. Money is the reward of something you do, not the cost of something you do. If you make money your cost, you become a slave to money. If you do things because of money, you become a slave to money. But if you do things that make money, money becomes your slave. So money is an effect, not a cause. Money is what comes to you by the person you become, not what you get to become a good person. If you become Albert Einstein says, don't strive to be a person of success. Strive to be a person of value. If you become a person of value, success and money will come to you. As Jim Rohn says, money is not something you pursue. Money is something you attract by the person you become. So the principles of financial prosperity is to earn more, you need to become more. To earn better, you need to become better. So becoming precedes having. If you become something, you have that thing. If you become a doctor, you have the salary and the job of a doctor. You have the opportunities of a doctor. If you become an investor, you have the opportunities of an investor. If you become an entrepreneur, you have the rewards of an entrepreneur. You need to become a lawyer before they pay you and give you the appointments of a lawyer. If they say only lawyers can be appointed as judges and you want to have the appointment, you need to first go become a lawyer. So money is the effect of what you cost. And there are habits that will cause you to have money. But before we go to those habits, there are 3 more laws I want to talk about. The law of value states that the more valuable you become, the more people give you value. The more value you bring to the marketplace, the more money the marketplace is willing to pay you. A laborer or a cleaner in a bank might put in more labor than a director in a bank. But a director in a bank is more valuable to the bank. They might pay him 5 million naira every month and pay the cleaner 50,000 naira every month. And the cleaner works harder than the director. So to have 5 million in that bank, you need to become a director. So the law of value. Once the cleaner can go and learn what the director learned, become as skillful as the director, produce results like the director, the bank might replace that director with the cleaner, and you begin to have the salaries of a cleaner. So the principles of financial prosperity is for you to have money, or the law of value, for you to have money, you must be more valuable than the money for people to give you the money. For the bank to give the director 5 million, he's probably doing something for the bank that is worth 50 million. I am more valuable to the real estate space. That's why people will give me money to buy my value. If this book has more value than $5, people will willingly give $5 to buy this book. If what is written in this book is valueless, nobody will give a dime for it. But actually, what is in this book is worth millions. And the fact that this book is sold for $3 is like a giveaway. The second law in this 21st century is the law of visibility. In this 21st century, platform stage, a world stage, a platform, limelight, spotlight has become very important. People go for competitions, they go for pitching competitions, they go for scholarship exams because the law of visibility says that the most seen person becomes the most valuable person compared to other seen persons of less value. The most seen person becomes the most valuable person compared to other seen persons of less value. If there are 1 million people in Nigeria and we are looking for 11 footballers, and there is a footballer that is not seen that can score more than Osimhen, he will not get money. Because Osimhen is more seen, Osimhen will be paying more money than that person better than Osimhen that is not visible. So in whatever you do, increasing your visibility in this attention-driven economy will increase your value. Then the law of profit. The law of profit states that profits are better than wages. And Jim Rohn puts it this way, that profits will make you a fortune, but wages will make you a living. So in all your earning, aspire to earn profits. Profits are better than wages. Profits makes you a fortune. Wages make you a living. That's why the concept of capital flight in countries like Nigeria is very interesting to me. Like when a foreign company, maybe a German construction company, is building a road in Nigeria, or a Chinese company is building a road in Nigeria, the profit for the Chinese company goes to China. That's where the fortune goes to. The wages for the workers will be in Nigeria. That's where we make a living. And after the road is finished, we might no longer make a living. The German company, the profit goes to Germany. So where profit goes, fortune goes. So instead of Nigerians being the people earning the wages from those companies, we should have Nigerian construction companies that are better than the German and the Chinese that will construct the road, and our profits will remain here because profits are better than wages. Our profits are fortune, wages are a living. Before we go into the 10 habits of financial prosperity principles, we are going to take the 3 stages of financial prosperity. Financial prosperity has 3 stages. Acquisition of money. This is where you earn money. Some people call it making money, but I don't believe you make money. I believe you earn money. Those that make money work in a minting company. And making money outside the minting company is called counterfeiting. So the acquisition of money, you need to grow your capacity to acquire more money. Like the example of the cleaner and the director. You need to grow your capacity to become the director and not remain as a cleaner. You are allowed to start as a cleaner, but you are not allowed to remain as a cleaner. After you acquire the money, you need to increase your capacity to multiply money, which is the second stage, multiplication of money. This book will tell you that 10% of everything you acquire is for multiplication. But I have a video that tells you how to grow rich from any income size. In that video, I tell you 10% is for people that want to be average. 20% is for people that want to be rich. 40% is for people that want to be wealthy. So if you want to be average, 10% of all the money you acquire in stage 1 should go into a multiplication vehicle. And my best multiplication vehicle is real estate. If you want to be rich, 20% of all your money you acquire must go into a perpetual multiplication of that money forever. 20%. If you want to be wealthy, 40%. And if you can do more than 40%, you'll be super wealthy. The third stage of financial prosperity is perpetuation of money. There are intermittent multiplication of money and there's perpetual multiplication of money. Like me in real estate is perpetual. I put in 2 million today, build a house of 2 million, sell it for 4 million. I'll still put it back, get extra money to grow it to 4 million, put it back, grow it to 8 million. I'll keep compounding it forever until Jesus comes. So it's only when you have a vehicle that is simple, secured, and sustainable that you can perpetually multiply your money. So anywhere you want to multiply your money, that is not perpetual, something that will not always be there. And that's why the worst way to multiply your money is through yourself, because you won't always be strong to acquire money. If you say, I want to multiply money myself, I will be working till I die. Nobody works forever. Go to your village and see the people that have retired and how they are suffering. So these are the 3 stages. If you understand and increase your capacity in these 3 stages, you'll be wealthy. Number 1, increase your capacity to acquire money. If you are making 10,000 naira a month, in that same industry, there are people making 10 million a month. Find out what they know what they know, do what they do, become what they've become, and you earn what they are earning. If you're a cleaner in a hospital and you learn that the medical director earns 10 million, if you go to medical school, start your own clinic, get experience, in the next 10 years, you'll be making 10 million. So increase your capacity for acquisition of money. Increase the percentage of the money you acquired for multiplication of money. And the third stage, find a vehicle for perpetuation of money, how to perpetually keep multiplying your money. Then we go to the main cocoa for today, the 10 habits to financial prosperity. Why these habits are important is because becoming is greater than having. Whatever you have, you can lose. Whatever you become, you can never lose. If I give you a millionaire, you lose the 1 million. That's why a lot of people are still poor in this country. They are poor in capacity and they've not become rich in capacity. Give them 1 million today, 3 months later, they are back at your door begging because they are poor. There's this breast seller, I've forgotten her name, that story of one breast seller. Is it Jumoke? Is it Jumoke? Yes, the story of Jumoke, how she went into millions and went back into poverty. I wasn't surprised because somebody said if you take the whole money in the world, share it equally amongst everybody, in 3 years' time, the money will be back in the hands of the people it is in now. Money follows value, like ants follow sugar. So if Jumoke did not become a valuable person, she will lose everything she has gotten. So the essence of this channel is for you to become valuable, because becoming is greater than having. What you become, you can never lose. What you have, you can lose. And the worst having is to have without becoming. That's the most terrible having. That's what happened to Jumoke. So for you not to be the next Jumoke, pay attention to these 10 habits. Number 1, think right. That's why that book, Think and Grow Rich, There's a video I did how to program your mind for success. For you to think, the things you read, the things you see, and the things you hear determine your thoughts. So think right. If you want to be wealthy, read these books on wealth, listen to this channel on wealth, hear messages on wealth, and it will affect your thinking. And the greatest thinking is I can. The weakest thinking is I can't. And Confucius said something. He that says I can't and he that says I can are both usually right. Can you still hear me? He that says I can't and he that says I can are both usually right. So if you think you can't, you are right. If you think you can, you are right. So the best thing, if you don't think you can succeed, you never succeed. The next habit is to speak right. Your world is created by your word. We've not started our first soul estate that I own personally, but I already know that I'm the fastest brand to come out of Africa. So don't try to appear modest by saying you are not good enough. You have to say you are good enough. Is my mic down? You have to say you are good enough. You have to say what you mean and mean what you say. So speak right. Your word is created by your word. Your world is created by your word. What you say is what you see. And one of the greatest things we say in this country that shocks me is that we say nobody makes it in Nigeria. Nigeria is hard. You can't make it in Nigeria. And you are in Nigeria. That's why you're not making it. I tell people Nigeria is the most amazing country for you to make it, because making it in Nigeria is like swimming against the tide. And when you swim against the tide, you develop stronger muscles so that you can conquer the rest of the world. And anybody that makes it in Nigeria is already world class, because if you can make it in the hard Nigeria, you can make it anywhere in the world. So Nigeria is the best training ground for beginners, because if you start with the tough things, nothing else will be hard for you. So when you learn to conquer these tough things, you learn to be world class. So speak right. Number 3, have genuine love for value. Remember, one of the basic sources of money is value. And one of the fundamental principles of prosperity, of finance, is value. Finance follows value. No value, no finance. So if you want to be financially prosperous, you have to have genuine love for value. That's why I'm Africa's biggest value monger. I am chasing, spreading, harvesting, talking value in the real estate space. So find the space you love the most value and become a value monger. If you love singing, don't just be the best singer, but find out how to deliver valuable rendition. There was a show recently in Port Harcourt, and Kenny Black, if you ever get to see this video, you impressed me with the value of rendition of your dedication to rehearsals. If you're a performing artist, the greatest value you can bring to your art is to rehearse it so well that when you render it, the world will be like, wow. And one of the people that has done that to impress me recently is Kenny Black in his show Oxymoron in Port Harcourt. That's one of the most rehearsed and one of the most organized stage performance I've seen recently. So have genuine love for value, pursue value, develop value, and become valuable. Number 4, massive action. Number 1 to 3 will be useless if you don't have number 4. Number 1 to 3 is the conception of value, while number 4 is the betting of value. massive action, not just small action, massive action. Action is directly proportional to outcome. The only thing that can reduce your action is skills. And when you start, you don't have skills, so you make up in action what you lack in skills. If the mayor of housing that is very skilled in sales talks to 10 customers a day, you that is not skilled in sales should talk to 100. That's massive action. And as you are taking action, you're getting better. You are building your skills. And that's why the next thing is master the skills or self-development. The greatest skill on earth is self-development. Becoming better makes you a better person. So master the skill of your industry. If your skill is coding, master coding. If your skill is painting, master painting. Look for the skill that anchors your money acquisition. Remember, we have 3 stages of financial prosperity: acquisition, multiplication, and perpetuation. If the skill you use to acquire money is singing, master your skills. Get a voice coach, do voice training, sing every day, and do your self-development. Read music, study a lot of things to become the best. Number 6, after doing all this, you must solve problems. What's the problem in music? People don't sing good music. You must solve that problem by giving us something wow. So solve problems. If you solve problems in real estate by building housing for people, you'll be called the mayor of housing. If you solve problems for me by helping my YouTube channel to grow, we are looking for the best YouTuber in Nigeria to work with me. If you can solve that problem for me by becoming the best YouTuber in Nigeria, you solve that problem for me, I'll give you plenty money. So solve problems. Number 7 is implement budgeting. I've never seen somebody become rich without budgeting. And one of the greatest budgeting is pay yourself first. Budgeting how many percent of your acquired income will go into multiplication. If you are budgeting 10%, you'll be average. 20%, you'll be rich. 40%, you'll be wealthy. Above 40%, you'll be super wealthy. So implement. A budget is useless if you don't implement it. Some people will budget money when the money comes. Financial fever will make you forget the money. And after you've done Dorime, you will now remember, oh boy, I forget my budget. But you have done Dorime. So implement budgeting. Without implementation, your budget is useless. Number 8 is faithful habits. The habit to think right, the habit to speak right, the habit to have genuine love for value, the habit for massive action, the habit to master your skills and self-development, the habit to solve problems, the habit to implement budgeting. You must be faithful to them. Faithful means never miss a day. Do it every day and aspire to do it better every day. Number 9 is understand timing. This is so important that some people say, I invested in something, it didn't work. If you want to invest in agriculture in Nigeria and you come during the dry season and plant corn and go and all the corn die, and you say farming doesn't pay, are you right? You are wrong because you came the wrong time. So understand timing. When is the best time to strike? And one of the shocking things, let me share this with you if you are watching this. Do you know food? I know a guy that is using egusi to become a millionaire, a multi-millionaire in Nigeria. He's almost becoming a billionaire. Most of this food, like egusi, ogbono, oil, those foods that don't easily spoil, they have seasons, even ginger. During the season of egusi, those days when I knew the price, A bag of egusi then used to be 6,000 during the season. Maybe now it's like 60,000. I don't know. But during the off season, the bag will be 4 times that price. When it was 6,000 during the off season, it will be 24,000. And to you, it's just 4 times. But that can make you a billionaire in 10 years. Let me give you an example. Quickly, let's move with me. You use 100,000 to buy egusi during the farming season for 100,000. During the off season, you sell the egusi times 4 for 400,000. Year 1, buy for 100,000. Year 2, sell for 400,000. Year 2, buy for 400,000. Year 3, sell for 800,000. Year 3, buy for 800,000. Year 4, no, 4 times 4 is 1.6 million. Year 3. Year 3, buy for 400,000 in year 2 and sell for 1.6 million in year 3. Year 3, buy for 1.6 million times 4 is about 6.4 million. Year 3, buy for 1.6 million. Please, let me help you with your calculator. Year 4, sell for 6.4 million. Year 4, buy for 6.4 million. Year 5, 6.4 times 4 is 25.6. Yes. Year 5, sell for 25.6. Year 5, buy for 25.6 million. Year 6, sell for 125.6 times 4. Just be doing times 4 for me. 100 and what? 124 million in year 6. Year 6, buy for 124 million. Year 7, 124 times 4 is how much? 496 in year 7. Year 7, buy for 496 million. Year 8, sell for 1.7 billion. How much? 1 point something billion. 1.6 billion. No, it should be almost 1.7. 496 times 4. Just do 496. Remove the zeros. 49. Go back to 496 times 4. 1.984 billion. Year 8, buy for 1.984 billion. Let's call it 2 billion because you would have added some money to it. Year 8, buy for 2 billion. Year 9, sell for 8 billion. Year 9, buy for 8 billion. Year 10, sell for 32 billion. In 10 years, egusi has made you move from 100,000 to 32 billion. And ask yourself, please, if you are up to 28 years watching me, from when you were 18 years till this 28, have you made even 1 billion naira? See how 100,000 compounded has become 32 billion in 10 years. So that's how easy it is to make money. But many of us don't think right, speak right, have genuine love for value, take massive action, master the skills, solve problems, implement budgeting. We're not faithful to habits. We don't understand timing. And the 10th habit is to be grateful. Gratitude is the greatest multiplication attitude. Gratitude is the greatest multiplication attitude. Whatever you are grateful for multiplies. Whatever you appreciate, appreciates. If somebody buys your product, appreciate it. If you get an alert, appreciate it. If you have a business opportunity, appreciate it. Appreciate being alive. Appreciate the fact that Nigeria is going through economic challenges as is an opportunity for those that walk by grace. Be grateful for grace. Be grateful for everything in life. The more grateful you are, the more God will shower you with opportunities. The universe loves people that are grateful and gives them more opportunities. He who is grateful for one will receive two, and he who is grateful for two will receive four. The worst attitude in the world is complaining. The best attitude in the world is gratitude. Freedom for sustainability, the part 2. For you, your money to be sustainable, you have to create a system for your money. System is an acronym for save yourself time, energy, and money. Save yourself time, energy, and money. S, save. Y, your. S, self. T, time. E, energy. M, money. The richest people in the world create a system that perpetuates their money. That's the sustainability. That's why rich people are the CEOs of their business. Wealthy people have other people as the CEO of their businesses. One of the best persons that's leveraged on that is Richard Branson. He has 400 companies and he's not the CEO of even one. So build a system around your money and your wealth. Discover your best strategy and dominate it. Strategy is a system that works. You have a sales system that works, is your strategy. System that works that is unique to you. Then number 3, the structure. You might have a system, but if you don't have a proper structure to implement that system, your whole wealth might get missing in a day. It is structure that makes company have board of directors, auditors. In the account, they have a budgeting team, approval team, signing team, to build a solid structure so that one man doesn't just wake up one day and say, I'm using Access Bank money to play Lotto today. There's a structure in Access Bank that nobody can do that. There's a structure in First Bank that nobody can do that. Most of the businesses, there's a structure in Microsoft that nobody can do that. Most of the businesses that have succeeded for more than 10, 20 years have a structure. So for you to have the freedom to sustain your money, you must have a system, a strategy, and a structure. And that ends our presentation for today. Please, next week we'll take a smaller topic. Let's break this topic. To summarize, the principles of financial prosperity, freedom for sustainability. Principles are unbreakable universal laws. The basic law and the most powerful law in the world is the law of cause and effect. And very, very few people know that money is an effect, not a cause. The habits of money are the cause. And the 3 other laws that are very important for prosperity is the law of value, law of visibility, and law of profit. And the 3 stages of financial prosperity is increasing the acquisition of money, increasing the multiplication of money, increasing the perpetuation of money. It is the habits that cause the money to come. So the 10 habits that cost money to come to you by becoming a money magnet is to think right, speak right, have genuine love for value, take massive action, master skills and self-development, solve problems, implement budgeting, have faithful habits, understand timing, and be grateful. And for you to be free for your money to be sustainable, you must have a solid system, solid strategy, and a solid structure. Thank you very much. This is now time for me to take your questions. I wish there was a way you people can clap for me. Just be clapping with the emoji so that I know I did well. Thank you. Please, next time out, this lecture took almost 50 minutes because the topic was too complex. Next week, we are taking an easier topic so that we can finish it in 30 minutes and take enough questions, because if this thing takes too long, it becomes hard for us to finish the questions. I want this live to be lasting for 1 hour. So, Dayo and Ademola, are you ready for our 10 questions? So, let's take the first question. Who is asking a question? Okay, what's our question? When it comes to life with my ace, my name is not my ace, my name is my answer. Question number 1 from Umechi Nonso. What are some strategies for building a savings habit? The best strategy for building a savings habit is the best of all of them is 2 infallible habits. Number 1, automatic saving. What is automatic saving? If you go to your bank, there's what they call standing order. If you are paid a salary of 10,000 every month and you want to be saving 2,000, if you put a standing order on your bank account that they should remove 2,000 from your account immediately, 10,000 hits before you can withdraw, your bank will never allow you to withdraw the 10,000. As the 10,000 land, when you want to withdraw, you just see 8,000 and then put it. The second thing is accountability security. When they remove that 2,000, they should put it in an account that you need authorization from somebody you are afraid of to collect the money. So maybe they put the 2,000 in an account that the mayor of housing, maybe you have a joint savings account with the mayor of housing, and they fear me because I can slap and the money enters there. And the day you now tell me you want to buy a recharge card, you need the money. If I slap you, when you even remember the kind of slap I'll slap you, you just leave that 2,000 there, manage your life in your 8,000. So look for something that takes the money automatically and something you cannot withdraw when you need it, so that no matter how you cry when you need the money doesn't come out and you are forced to save. And when you start seeing that 2,000 every month growing, and maybe after sometimes they tell you have 200,000, you'll be like, this small thing. So that's the principle of the book, The Automatic Millionaire. There's a book called The Automatic Millionaire. Automate your savings. And that's why this book says pay yourself first. So because I've developed the discipline, when money comes into my account, I pay God first, I pay my tithe, I pay myself first, I remove my savings before I start spending the rest. And that savings, the only thing that can make me touch it is investment. Like if there's a land that I know if I don't touch that savings, I'll miss the land, I'll go and bring the savings to buy the land to make more money to put in the savings. And the person that helps me to accountability partner is my wife. Because I know my wife wouldn't want me to be poor. When I remember I have to take permission from her to collect the money, I won't collect it for nonsense. So 2 things: automate and regulate using a third party that you're afraid of. Regina Belema, this is the second question. Please be taking notes. Sir, what is your advice for the youth just coming out of school and needs to find quick money but has been getting so many rejections? Start something humiliating. Regina Belema, start something humiliating. What's the humiliating thing? If you come to Gulf Estate, for instance, meet people and tell them you can be cleaning their house and become a cleaner. Tell them I'm a graduate, but I'm still looking for a job and I've not gotten a job. Can I be cleaning your house twice a week? If you're a guy, start washing cars. Go to the block industry and start working there. The fact that the person knows you're a graduate, the person will respect you more. Apostle Joshua Selman gave the testimony of a graduate. He was hiring security people and they hired one person and he found out the person is a graduate. He was so touched by the person's humility that he sponsored the person to go and school abroad. So, Regina Belema, humble yourself and start something below your level as a graduate. One of the things that kills us in this country is the title graduate. Graduate will make you miss starting. When I finished secondary school, I worked in a block industry. And immediately I finished school, I started working as an internee in Meridian Hospital before I even got my internship in teaching hospital. So start below your level to start making quick money while you are pursuing. And if you are working as a cleaner and you are not still going for interviews and going for sharing your CV, you remain a cleaner. So start as a cleaner, but don't remain there. And when people know that you're a cleaner, that is a graduate, even the person you're cleaning for, if there's an opportunity in the person's office, the person will be like, she humbled herself to become a cleaner. There's this lady that cleans for me in my house. Please, you guys should give her a job. So show your character. Start small. Adebayo Alaba International Market. Again, how can I create a budget that aligns with my values and support long-term financial sustainability? It's only you that can answer that. Please, don't be asking me this kind of question. I just told you, Adebayo Alaba, if you want to be poor, budget no money for your future. If you want to be average, budget 10% of your money for your future. If you want to be rich, budget 20%. If you want to be wealthy, 40%. If you want to be super wealthy, above 40%. That's how to budget. If you can't invest at least 10% of your money in a vehicle you can never touch that will perpetually multiply, you don't have a budget. Miracle Okoli, is it possible to multiply money and not perpetuate it? And what are the risks? It's possible. Even in real estate. If I buy a land for 10 million today and sell it 20 million next year and go and eat my money, I've multiplied my money without perpetuating it. If I buy shares today for 100,000 and next year the share has grown to 20,000, I've multiplied the money, I sell it, go and do dorime and eat. So the sustainability is your choice. So, but the vehicle you use is a vehicle that is simple, secure, and sustainable. The choice of whether to keep replowing the money is your choice. If you want to do dorime with your future, anytime the money multiply, bring it out and go and chopulate it. A farmer, imagine land was unlimited. A farmer sows one seed of corn. The next farming season, 3 months later, he harvests 2 cobs because one corn stick has 2 cobs. And those cobs have at least 100 seeds or more than. Almost 1,000 seeds. So let's say that's one seed gives him 2,000 corn. If he eats the whole corn, he has multiplied his corn and keeps one seed. Next day, he'll sow one seed again. But if he behaves like me and say, I will eat 1,000 seed and plant 1,000 seed the next year. If one seed gave you 2,000, 1,000 will give you 2 million seed. You see how farmers become rich. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. So how can we implement out a budget? By doing what you wrote down. First of all, you write what is important to you. Secondly, you stick to it. Even if the whole world is crumbling, you stick to your budget. If you budget for food and your friend want borrow, you didn't budget for lending. If you lend your friend your food money, waiting you there find balava, you go get balava, you go get it. So these things are simple. If you are serious, you know how to implement a budget. If you are not serious, you deceive yourself. There's a video we did that will be coming out soon called self-deception. Don't deceive yourself. If you write a budget and you don't keep it, it's not New Year resolution that you say in January, before January 10, you break it. Finance is about your life and future. The difference between poor people and rich people sometimes is not lack of knowledge. The difference between rich people and poor people is lack of determination to take action. Many poor people know the things they need to do to be rich, but they just lack the discipline and desire. If you desire something, you will have discipline. Your discipline is a proof of your desire. If you're a woman that desires to marry as a virgin, no matter how men toast you, dash you money, chide you, entice you, if you desire to marry as a virgin and the desire is strong enough, you resist all men and be disciplined and close your leg. But if you don't desire and you just want to be a virgin, but 100,000, one night stand, or 1 million, you say, yeah, do you know what is 1 million? You go and you come back and tell me you desire. The level of your desire is proven by your discipline. If you can't discipline yourself to do what you wrote down, you have no desire. How do I grow up a budget alongside with values? What you value, will see it in your budget. If you value growth, we'll see it in your budget. If you value your future, we'll see it in your budget. If you value Dorime, we'll see it in your budget. Your budget reflects your values. So what you value will appear in your budget. In my budget, tithe is there. In my budget, kingdom investment is there. In my budget, books are there. In my budget, data is there. In my budget, recharge card for making calls is there. In my budget, electricity for me to read is there. In my budget, YouTube is there. In my budget, publicity for people to know my brand is there. In my budget, documentation of my land is there. My budget for the past 2 years has just been the documentation of my estate land. We know your values from your budget. What you value will appear in your budget. Rosume, what are some common budgeting mistakes and how can they be avoided? The greatest common budgeting mistake is budgeting for the present and not the future. You're a young girl, you are not married, you don't have children, and you budget for the present and not the future. What's your present? Your mama, your papa, your brothers and sisters. In fact, one of the easiest ways to become poor in the world is too much early responsibility. Let me tell you a story. If there are two business guys, one named China, one named Paul. China loves his parents and his siblings so much, and his parents needs his money. Paul loves his parents and his siblings too. Paul and China started business with 1 million naira each, and that business makes 200,000 every month. China decided, if this business gives me 20%, I want to grow this business to 100 million so that it can give me 20 million a month. And with that 20 million, I can take care of my family, my siblings, and still have change. Paul decided that 200,000 from the 1 million, he'll take care of his family with 150 and take care of himself with 50. The first month they do business, they make 200. Paul shares 150 for his family and keeps 50 for himself. China is seen as a stingy man to his family, keeps the 200 and puts it back in the business. The next month, he goes to buy goods of 1.2 instead of 1 million. And 20% of 1.2 is about 240. He keeps increasing, puts back the 240, and even mising, using one purple shirt, one white cap, and one black jeans, washing it every day, living in one room or even sleeping in his shop. Kept growing his capital until his business got to 100 million. Paul's business is still at 1 million. And sometimes when he gives his family 150, there will be an emergency. He will need to dip money and collect from his capital and give them because he loves them so much. 3 years later, China has grown from 1 million to 100 million. Paul is still at 1 million or 800,000. His family is telling them his younger sister has gotten to university and 150 cannot pay her school fees. China now is doing a turnover of 100 million, has bought houses, bought cars, and can take care of all his family and friends out of 3 short years of starving his family, answering a stingy man to grow capacity. So the biggest mistake we make in budgeting is you get 100,000. You want to become an El Shaddai. You want to take care of your village people, your family, your uncles, sisters, brothers, aunties, cousins, brother, son, and take care of the world because now you love people past God. Your small 100,000 and you don't budget for your future. You remain, not only remain in 100,000, but those people will pull you down. So the greatest budgeting mistake is that we don't isolate responsibilities early to build capacity. The second budgeting mistake is that we don't budget for ourselves. One of the greatest self-growth hack and cheapest way to grow yourself is books. This book by Nigerian price, I think is 2005 or less than 3,000. If you're earning 100,000 and you don't buy one of these every month and read it, you are missing an important part of your personal development. And if you're a career person, maybe you're an accountant, and you don't budget for how to write ICANN from your salary save to go do ICANN and grow your capacity so that you can be chartered and your income will increase, then you are making a budgeting mistake. The third budgeting mistake I've already told you guys, not budgeting for your future. So 3 mistakes: not budgeting, over carrying responsibilities and wanting to budget for everything. Number 2, not budgeting for your growth. Number 3, not budgeting for your future. That's why you need to go back to those 10 habits. Please, Dio, let them see the 10 habits. Those are the things you need to budget on. Is it a must to write out a budget on a daily basis? Yes. If you budget money, look at it every day. If you don't write it on a daily basis, anything you don't write is a wish, and wishes fly like a bird. The only time the bird perches is when you write. You can't kill a bird that is flying. You only kill a bird that perches. I think it's things fall apart that Eleken Tioba the bird said that since hunters have learned to shoot without missing, I, Eleken Tioba, will learn to fly without perching. Anything you don't write down is flying. Until it perch, you can't get it. Sophie, what if you do the 3 stages of financial prosperity and result don't come up at the end of the day? Is it the fault of the vehicle of investment? Yes, and your fault. If you choose the wrong investment, it will not yield anything. I told you about going to sow corn in a dry land in a dry season, or going to sow corn on the main road. They just finished doing one fine third road. You went and sowed corn there. Every vehicle that will multiply your money must be simple, sustainable, and secured. I told you about Egusi just now. It's not possible now. It's your fault because the gate to investment is called invest, then gate. Investigate. Invest plus I that will enter the gate is investigate. If you don't investigate what you are investing in, you invest in what's that one? That was that one. That one that ate money in Nigeria, in Port Harcourt. That Ponzi scheme. Apart from MMM, there's one recent one that was Forex. Forex. No. What was the? It was very popular. So you can invest in MMM, Ponzi schemes, and is capital something. Forgotten that one. So all those fake schemes. Or what's this one that you people were tapping that didn't tap anything? Uh-huh. MBA Forex. So if you go and invest your money in MBA Forex, it's your fault now because you didn't investigate what you are investing. The gate to invest is investigate. People don't value their money. You go and put money where you don't know. It happened to me. The first money I made, I gave it to one Ola. Up to today, I've not no Ayo. Up to today, I've not seen Ayo. 3.5 million. Another money I made, I employed the wrong people. They ate all my money. So right now, I value my money that before I buy land, I want to know the owner of the land, the safety of the land. Because land know the loss if you buy it from the correct owner and get the correct documents. So after you do those three things, if they don't work, it's because the vehicle is the wrong vehicle. If I go and load my yam now, there's a new bus they use for a monument and decoration of town at Garrison, and I want to transport my yam to Lagos. They are selling yam 1 tuber in Port Harcourt 1,000, in Lagos 1 tuber 10,000, and I know if I transport this yam, I will make millions. And I go and load my yam in that bus that is not moving at Garrison and take off and go and wait for it in Lagos. And after 1 month, I don't see the yam. I came back, the yam is all rotten. Did I choose the right vehicle that goes to Lagos? So I think this is the last question. Oluwa Pelumi again. Don't give me tough topic again, no. Ayodele. So what are the factors that causes a promising business to end up crumbling? Number one, if you don't understand the business, people invest in things they don't understand. Number two, low quality products. Number three, and the one that is 99.999% of the cause of business failure, is low sales. Low sales. And then number four is this book. What you think it takes to open a business is actually 10 times what it takes to run the business. So if you are not prepared 10 times for what it will take to run the business, when the problems come, you give up. So if you don't have staying power, you don't have grit, perseverance, and courage, business must face challenges. And when you fail, you stand up again. This housing business, was it last year or last 2 years? My former company, I lost almost 600 million with that company. If I didn't have the grit to continue, I won't be where I am today. So these are the common ones, but the greatest one, lack of grit, lack of sales, lack of quality, lack of understanding. You didn't understand. Somebody just told you that they make this iPhone for $10 in China and they are selling it for $1,000 in Nigeria. Like, how? I'm going to start a business to make it $10 in China and come and sell it for $100 instead of $1,000. You didn't know that they pay shop rent, they pay warehouse, they pay insurance, they pay shipping rate. You didn't know the business and you failed. How many Igbo people that this 7 years apprenticeship fail in their business? Because in 7 years, they have learned everything about the business. This generation, just see a business. I like to sell phone accessories. No apprenticeship, no learning, no understanding. Go to China, buy phone accessories, pay for shop, and start running the business. And when you begin to see the problems in the business, and these things I just told you are cosmetic generic problems. Each business has its own specific industry problems. And the highest cause of failure is when you fail to do apprenticeship. I have done oil business for like 12 years. I have been a medical lab scientist for like 3 years before I resigned. And I came into real estate. I should have gone to start on my own, but I still went to do apprenticeship with my former company, Lifestyle Hub, for almost 3 years before they pushed me out and I started my own. And in those 3 years of working with them, I understood the pros and cons, the loopholes of the business that right now when I do my business, I can't fail like most businesses. And one of the greatest things after all these things is character. If you lack character, you saw my video, the character and capacity of the person that is doing the business will determine whether it will fail or succeed. If you lack character, you can't build a solid business. If you lack character, one day they'll just pay you one big money. You say, let's go to Dorime. I don't know why Dorime is entering my mind today. Maybe one of you wants to go and do Dorime, and the spirit is telling you, don't go to Dorime with your money. Invest it in your future for tomorrow. Don't eat your future in Dorime. So, business is not easy. If you don't prepare for it, you will fail. So most people don't prepare for business, they don't jump into it. Imagine it's an insult to business when you have not done even 6 months of apprenticeship in business and you start. Do you know, for people to be an employee, for you to be a graduate, for them to employ you in one small job that they are paying you 200,000, you go to primary school for 6 years, secondary school 6 years, university 4 years, 16 years of school for one job of 200,000. Then you want to start a business and you want to make millions. You didn't go to any month of school, any week of school. You didn't even watch videos. Mr. Beast, one of the greatest YouTubers in the world, for 18 months he was studying, discussing, and researching YouTube before he started YouTube. He did an 18 months apprenticeship of YouTube and studying YouTube before he started YouTube. And 13 years later, he got 60,000 subscribers. I think 5 years after the 13 years or so, or 3 years, I think he has been on YouTube for 15 years. He now has 335 million subscribers. So, my dear, you must prepare for business. Business is not a gamble. The only thing you can do without preparing is bet Niger. Just go and do it. But business, you must prepare before you start. Thank you. And that's all we have for today. My question for today, the first 10 people to get this question will make 10,000 naira. The first 10 people to make this today's question, let me make it easy. The easiest question in all I taught today, what did I say in my teaching that is the meaning of system? System is an acronym for what? First 10 people to get it, 10,000 naira. Please, Dami and Dayo, start taking note. What is the acronym for system? Please, if you are part of our engagers group, put your hashtag in the comment below because we'll be taking roll call. What's the acronym for system? Are you screenshotting the hashtag so that we can take roll call? Are you snapping the answers? Are you snapping the people that are answering right? I've seen one right answer. I've seen two right answer. Today we are doing bazaar, so it's so easy. Just snap them. I think we have 10 people already, so congratulations for the 10 people. So today, system just means save yourself time, energy, and money, and I emphasize it long enough. If you forget everything today, a business is a system for converting goods and services to profit. If you don't build a good business system, it will collapse. So we are going to take the first 10 people and you get 10,000. The first person that commented on our live is who, Dayo? Dami? Aloysius Eze, my boy. Aloysius Eze, congratulations for being the first to comment on our live. As I said, if you want to win that 5,000 for being the first to comment, You have to put on your notification button. Is there a way you can show them the notification button video so that they will know what is notification? Some of you just subscribe. You don't know how to turn on the notification button. When the upcoming live comes up, you will know it's upcoming. Some of you might be here by 6. Some people already came by 5:30 when it was upcoming, commented, collected their 5K. I went to go and sleep. So please, if you are part of our group, drop your hashtags so that we know those. In fact, after the live, when the video is no longer live, we are going to allow 10 minutes for the first 10 for all the people to drop their hashtag. Or are you getting all of them now? Dayo, can you get them fast enough? Because the scrolling is making the comments disappear. So get me the 10 people. And Mr. Zadok Otasowe has won an extra 10,000 for answering our question last week, and under 18, and is getting these 14 books that are the 14 books that made me a billionaire. And we are going to take the topic for next week. Dayo, come. What do you want us to talk about next week? Who suggests the topic for us? Just put topic and then type something so that I think I can see from here. Topic for next week. Topic for next week. Partnership in business. Abida Idris. Partnership in business. Please don't be putting big topics like investment. I think we'll take budgeting for business by Rose Ume. So our next topic for next week will be budgeting for business. So Rose Ume, you have won 5,000 naira for choosing our topic for next week. Simple topic, how to budget for business, and I'll teach you some rules from this book. So if you want to understand budgeting for business more than what I'll be teaching you, because there is no lecturer good enough that can teach you everything in one topic. There is no preacher good enough that can preach all the sermon in one sermon. So there's no how I can cover budgeting for business all in one teaching. Remember, next week we'll be giving out these books. We'll tell you what to do for you to win the books. So do we have the list of our top 10? I know the first person was somebody. Let me see that name again. The first person is Ame Godwin was the first person. So from Ame Godwin, go down. Ame Godwin, congratulations. You are the first to answer system today. You've won yourself 10,000. All of you that won, you'll be getting your alert tomorrow. And when you get your alert, you must do a testimonial and post on all your social media. And then, while we're waiting for this, the reason I'm doing what I'm doing is not because I'm stupid and I don't know what to do with my time, energy, and money. I'm doing what I'm doing because the gap in Nigeria is in proper education. Our educational systems are no longer preparing us for the reality of surviving in this life. They are preparing us for jobs that are obsolete and going obsolete, and not preparing us for real money skills and life wisdom for us to survive in life. Nigeria has the largest population or demography of youth, where 70% of our 200 or 250 million population are youth, and they have the energy, the readiness to learn, but they are being taught the wrong things. The right things you need to learn is personal development, business skills, and life skills, and how to solve problems. And Nigeria is laden with so much problems that if you can learn how to turn those problems to money, not only will you rule the economy of Nigeria, but you have what it takes to rule in any other part of the world. Go to different parts of the world. All the people doing amazing and noble are Nigerians. And these are people that came out of the old educational system. How about this new educational system of YouTube, where you can learn skills, businesses, insights, and knowledge that are practical to help you make money and solve people's problems? That is the passion that led me to bring in my time, my energy, and my money to give you money to make it exciting, to give the energy with which the passion I have for you to learn and become like me, to make it exciting. And everything I am today, I learned on the backs of these books. I've read a lot of books, but the best 15 of them I just told you. And if you stick around long enough, I assure you, you will pick up one thing that will change your life. The greatest epiphany I have seen in life is that you might read 100 books just to get one sentence that will transform your life. You might hang around in this channel for 1 year just to get one idea that will change your life. And if you have the courage to develop that idea, the perseverance to run with that idea, and the wisdom to turn that idea to money, not only will you be sitting here to testify to the world that you became what you are from this channel, but you'll be sitting right here with me, sharing money and helping others become better, because the only thing that can educate you more than me is your testimonial. That is why we do what we do. And with that, it's been a wonderful week. We're going to call our winners, and I'll see you next week. Our winners are they on the screen? I'm not seeing on my screen yet. Okay. Our winners are Mr. Ahmed Godwin, Mojid Shotayo. You've not put the number for them to inbox. Crystal Ayo Bamidele, Chidima Okechukwu again, Oyi Damola Aderonke, Ronu Efifena, Abida Idris, my J-Town sister, Chidebere Chibo, Rose Ume, my J-Town sister, and Owolabi Favor. Congratulations to all of you. The number on the screen, please inbox your bank details and also take instructions on how you will share your testimonials. The WhatsApp number is on the screen. Send him your bank details as our winners. Congratulations to Ame Godwin, Majish Shotayo, Crystal Ayo Bamidele, Chidima Okechukwu, Oyindamola Aderonke, Rona, that's not Ronu. Rona, Efifana, Abida Idris, Chidebere Chibo, Rose Ume, and Owolabi Favor. Congratulations, and a special congratulations to my boy Zadok Osatowe for getting an extra 10,000 and these beautiful books that will change your life. And congratulations to the Aloysius Eze for being the first to comment on our show. And also congratulations to Rosume. You're a double winner. You won the 10,000 and you also won the 5,000 for suggesting our topic for next week, which is budgeting for business. Please, Ademola, take note. Rosume won 15,000, 10,000 for answering the question, and extra 5,000 for suggesting our topic. Next week will be better, and we'll teach you how to budget for business. But remember, this book will teach you more about budgeting for business than I'll teach you next week in 30 minutes. If you don't just want to attend and grow gradually, read that book, buy it, and you can 10x your game. See you next week. You end with the advert.
Something big has hit the city of Port Harcourt and about to quickly spread throughout Africa.
Shout out to the mayor of housing. We love you.
A big shout out to the mayor.
Shout out to you again, Mayor of Housing, the best in housing and estate business.
Mayor of housing. All the best. Mayor of housing.
Shout out to the mayor of housing.
The biggest value monger in real estate in the world and the fastest rising housing brand to come out of Africa. It is your real estate solutions expert and your best plug to getting the best all-round value and returns in housing that would make you shout wow and how. But behold, the man that has taken it upon himself to solve the housing deficit in Africa through your collaboration and innovative solutions that are simple, sustainable, and affordable. But behold, my Ace China, the mayor of housing and your real estate success strategist. He can make you money and make you happy in real estate because he doesn't sell houses or lands. He sells value.
I've been pushing, you have a very big presence in the economic summit. Why are you doing that? What is your motivation?
I am the mayor of housing. I am not the mayor of empty houses. If you build in a location that is not attractive for immigration into that location, you will have empty houses. Part of the passion I have in housing in River State is to eliminate or reduce the River State, Lagos State dichotomy in decent housing estates for especially our expatriates and qualified people, because we have a lot of them working in Port Harcourt but living in Lagos or Abuja. We want to be able to not only keep them but attract people from all over the world to come and live in Port Harcourt, thereby making my houses occupied. Secondly, lands are no longer in production. It is a finite and definite asset. What makes the value of land increase is the amount of traffic heading and searching for that land. If very few people want to come to River State, our lands will be almost worthless. But if the whole world wants to come to River State, you're going to make my land the most desirable and valuable land in the world.
Call him now on 0809 337 8525 or visit www.themayorofhousing.com and also follow Value on social media www.facebook.com/my Ace China, at my Ace_China on Instagram and Twitter, www.linkedin.com/my Ace China, and www.youtube.com/my Ace TV. Housing for all, your right to live.